Grand Rising, my melanated people, God's people, man, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And when I say beautiful day, man, it is a beautiful day. And we're out here loving, living, and enjoying life. What I wanted to talk to you today about melanated people is shadow work. Shadow work. You know, I did a video a couple of weeks ago, and it talked about how happy I was and how I'm enjoying life. And I wanted to make some clarification. I didn't want people to think that I don't get anxieties because got a lot going on. I told you about my back pain and all this stuff. Yeah, I get anxiety, but I'm not miserable. You know what I'm saying? I have anxiety, I have things and problems, but I'm learning to manage them, hopefully, you know? But I am happy. And one of the keys to my being happiness I thought about, I wanted to share with you, was shadow work. And shadow work is the looking into yourself, checking you out, making sure that you do the things, making sure that you investigate the things that could be holding you back. Okay? I'm going to post some video links to shadow work because even if you know what shadow work is, take time to look at these videos because a lot of people have a misconception. They think that shadow work is just one thing. Some people think that shadow work is just dealing with that side of yourself that you're scared of, that dark side. Some people think that it is just going and dealing with adverse childhood experiences. But it's those two things and a lot more, okay? You have to dove into why you do the things you do in order to be your best self. For example, like, why do you cook more food than you or the family needs so that you make sure you have leftover? Were you hungry as a child all the time and you refuse to let that happen again? Why do you get so angry at your children when they speak their mind, even if it's in a respectful manner? Was it because you were told all your life children are to be heard, not are to be seen, not heard? You know, these are things you have to investigate into and look into why you do the things you do to make the changes that it takes to make you happy, to be content. You know, and early on in my spiritual journey, probably first, second year, I went about learning how to I'm sorry, not learning how to, but I went about doving into myself, my dark side, my adverse childhood experiences, all of these things, you know, why you do what we do. And something I was thinking about that brought me to making this video was, you know, my daughter always gets on me about the lengths I go to. She said they need to learn disappointment, my grandchildren. And that's true. But I go to those lengths because, you know, there were things in my childhood like my father would always say he was going to fix something or get something and never did. I remember the hurt that caused. I'm not trying to do that I don't want to do that to my grandkids. You know, I can remember he bought a go-kart. It ran for a while, it didn't. He took it, said he's taking it to get fixed, never saw it again. He never talked about it, never said anything about it. That left an indelible impression within me, you know? And so I work hard so they're not disappointed. You know, what brought about the thought of it was a friend of ours is giving my grandbaby a dollhouse. And she loves dollhouses. She's got one at home, then she'll have one here. And so she's coming tomorrow, and she's been coming all week, but they kept getting put off and wasn't able to make it. But she's supposed to be here tomorrow. So I'm trying to rush around and get that dollhouse and get it delivered because she expects it to be here. And that means a lot to a child, and it can have a negative psychological effect on a child. People are always talking about give them, and they will, you know, they will expect it and they won't be able to handle disappointments and handle this and handle that. And that's true. But there must be a balance. it's got to be a balance. Within spirituality, everything is balanced. So I know that because of their parents' time restraints and things, time restraint, because working, I remember raising kids and working and stuff, they're not going to be able to meet that. And they're going to learn disappointment that way naturally because they have to. Okay. So I'm just here as a fill in the gap and help them achieve some of the things that they can because I don't work. I'm retired and disabled. And so I have time to, I guess you say, make their dreams come true. And that's what we want to do. But I digress. Back to shadow work. Shadow work is very important. I'm going to post these links. I want you to look into it, to delve into it. You know me, I'm not going to do your research for you. I'll bring an idea to you, tell you how that idea helped advance me and what it did for me. And then you got to do your work, melanated people. All right? So I'm out of here. Remember, touch feet to soil, take in plenty of sun, and most of all, love your melanated self. Ashay, my melanated people.